Really? In the beginning was the Atari 2600, and Sparrow Records said, "Let there be the music machine." And lo, the heavenly bit twiddlers borrowed liberally from Activision's Kaboom, and it was fun catching the spiritual doodads falling from above, but not nearly as much fun as keeping bombs from exploding. When the gamers were led out of the mid-'80s desert by the Nintendo Entertainment System, they discovered a wisdom tree, and its fruits, born of the ancient prophet's color dreams, were many and awful. Crystal mines became Exodus, replacing the mining robot in search of diamonds, with Moses seeking manna. Menace Beach became Sunday Funday, with the hot date in handcuffs replaced by a Sunday school teacher. King of Kings featured 3 simple action games and Bible trivia questions. Here, Joseph searches for young Jesus and gets killed by piranhas and insects, just like in the Bible. So what's the problem here? Like a lot of Christian entertainment, the goal of these video games is to mimic mainstream product while eliminating anything that might possibly offend or raise questions about the faith. But video games generally involve violence of one sort or another. Defenseless non-violence just doesn't make for much of a game. And games encourage questioning and exploration independent of Holy Writ. Few players ever read the game manual, as it's a lot more fun to just experiment in the game world and figure out the rules for oneself. Contradictions and anomalies are to be probed, not blissfully ignored. Moreover, the whole technology of gaming is based on complex modern science that visibly evolves from one generation to the next. Ironically, the biblical passages that might make for action-packed gameplay tend to be morally repugnant. Gamers want to kill zombies and bad guys, not man and woman, young and old, and ox and sheep and ass, as in Joshua 6. And even when we're under siege and health is low, no video game compels us to "Eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters," as in Deuteronomy 28. Game morality, like morality in the real world, tends to be defined by our interactions with others, not arbitrary commands and threats from a deity. So literal belief in ancient texts doesn't hold up very well in video game land. And so Christian video game developers are faced with a dilemma. How does one make a decent game without taking any chances? Well, if history is any guide, one doesn't. Instead, one apes the mainstream, substituting the Wise Men for Mario and Toby Mac for Weezer. It's always been a recipe for boring the player, distorting the scriptures, and satisfying no one.
Lets you play along with your favorite Christian bands. Add a second guitar and rock out with a friend. Shred the riffs, thump the bass, and blast that solid Christian rock.
God be praised!